Hello and welcome back. This time, we welcome you to Goulburn, a town that sits right between Sydney and Canberra and somehow manages to capture the heart of both. If you've ever done the drive along the Hume Highway between those two cities, you've probably seen the big sign for Goulburn, and maybe even stopped to say hello to its most famous local, the Big Merino. But there's more to Goulburn than that giant sheep. This town is a piece of Australian history that's still alive and breathing today. As you drive in, the first thing you notice is how open everything feels. Big skies, wide streets, and that peaceful country air that somehow smells like grass, gum trees, and fresh rain all at once. It's not crowded. It's not noisy. It's just calm. That's what people love about Goulburn, the space to slow down. Goulburn has the honor of being Australia's very first inland city. It was declared a city all the way back in 1863, when it was a booming agricultural hub. Back then, it was all about wool. Sheep farming put this place on the map. In fact, the town was so proud of its wool heritage that in 1985, they built the Big Merino, a 15-meter-tall concrete sheep that's now a bit of an Aussie legend. It's funny, but it's also a symbol of pride, a reminder of how this town helped build Australia's early economy. Today, Goulburn feels like a blend of old and new. You'll see grand sandstone buildings, charming old pubs, and churches from the 1800s sitting right next to modern cafes and shops. The main street, Auburn Street, is where everything happens. It's full of small businesses, bakeries, local butchers, and coffee spots that have that country hospitality you can't fake. If you stop for a coffee, someone might actually ask you how your day's going, and mean it. Life here moves at a different rhythm. People still greet each other in the supermarket. You can drive across town in 10 minutes. There's parking everywhere. And when the sun sets, you can still see the stars. It's a lifestyle a lot of city people dream about, but here it's just everyday life. Goulburn's population is around 25,000 people, so it's not too small, not too big. Big enough to have everything you need, but small enough that it still feels personal. And that's what draws people here, especially families, retirees, and people who want to work in Canberra or Sydney but live somewhere quieter and more affordable. Speaking of location, Goulburn's in a great spot. It's about 2 hours from Sydney and only an hour from Canberra. That means you can easily commute if you work in the capital, but come home to half the rent and double the peace. A lot of people who move here say it's the perfect middle ground, connected but calm. If you're thinking about renting or buying here, you'll like the prices. Renting a decent 2-bedroom home in Goulburn can cost around $400 to $450 a week, sometimes less. Buying is even better value. You can still find a good family home under $700,000, something you'd never see in Sydney. And you're not compromising much. You get space, a yard, a garage, and often views of the rolling hills around town. The town itself is beautiful in a very Australian way. There's the Wollondilly River winding its way through, plenty of open parks, and that mix of gum trees and old brick buildings that make every drive scenic. Belmore Park, right in the center, is like Goulburn's living room. There's a rotunda, gardens, and sometimes weekend markets or small festivals. It's the kind of place where you sit with a coffee, watch the world go by, and just breathe. Education here is solid too. There are good local schools, both public and private, and plenty of daycare centers for families. For older students, TAFE NSW has a campus here, and Canberra's universities are just an hour's drive away. So whether you're a student, a family, or someone looking to retrain or upskill, you're covered. Let's talk about work for a minute. Goulburn's economy used to rely almost entirely on agriculture, sheep, wool, and farming. But today, it's more diverse. There's government and logistics, construction, small manufacturing, and a growing service sector. A lot of people commute to Canberra for public sector jobs while keeping a peaceful home life here in Goulburn. There's also a strong sense of local entrepreneurship, small businesses, tradies, and creatives doing their thing. If you like a mix of history and modern comfort, Goulburn delivers. You can visit the historic courthouse, one of the oldest in Australia, or St. Saviour's Cathedral, which looks like it was taken straight out of an English village. And right beside that, you'll find modern art galleries, cafes, and boutique stores run by passionate locals. One of the biggest surprises about Goulburn is how beautiful the surrounding landscape is. You're surrounded by gentle rolling hills, farmlands, and old trees that glow gold in autumn. It's also just a short drive to the southern tablelands and the Moreton National Park, where you'll find waterfalls, trails, and lookout points that stretch for miles. If you love road trips, you'll love being based here. Every direction leads to something scenic. Goulburn has proper seasons too. Hot, dry summers with long daylight hours. Crisp autumns where the trees turn orange and red. Winters that are chilly, sometimes frosty, but cozy. And spring, where everything turns green again. It's a real seasonal town, and that gives it character. You'll also find some fantastic local produce around here. The farmers' markets are full of regional fruit, meat, honey, and wine. There's a growing food culture, pubs serving local lamb and beef, cafes with locally roasted coffee, and even a few hidden fine dining spots that surprise first-time visitors. The Goulburn Workers Club is a social hub, too. A great spot for dinner, music, or a quiet beer after work. Goulburn's also a gateway town, a place you can use as a base to explore. The Southern Highlands are just up the road, full of wineries and cute little towns like Bowral and Mittagong. Head the other way, and you're on your way to Canberra. Or take a back road and you'll find tiny rural towns that feel like time capsules. Now let's talk about community. People here look out for each other. There's a friendliness you notice right away. Neighbors chat, local sports teams bring people together, and weekend events feel like family gatherings. It's small-town Australia at its best, where people actually wave when you drive by. If you're moving from overseas, you'll probably find settling in easy. There's a growing multicultural mix here, especially families from South Asia, Europe, and the Pacific. People are curious, open, and welcoming. And since it's a regional area, there are often incentives for skilled migrants to live and work here, making it a good option for anyone wanting a fresh start in Australia. Healthcare here is reliable. Goulburn Base Hospital serves the whole region, and you'll find plenty of local GPs, dental clinics, and specialists. For anything major, Canberra's hospitals are just an hour away. But for day-to-day needs, everything's local. And here's something visitors often say: Goulburn feels peaceful but not isolated. It's connected enough that you can head to a city when you want excitement, but you'll always come home to quiet streets, friendly faces, and space to move. If you're driving through town, make sure to visit the big Merino. You can actually go inside it. There's a little museum and a gift shop with local wool products. From the top, there's even a lookout that gives you a quirky view of the surrounding countryside. It's one of those so Aussie it's perfect attractions that you can't help but love. Keep driving a little further and you'll see the historic railway station, one of the oldest still operating in New South Wales. When the trains come through, you get that nostalgic sense of connection, a reminder that this town has been a crossroads for travelers for over a century. The more time you spend in Goulburn, the more you realize it's a place of quiet pride. It doesn't shout for attention. It doesn't try to compete. It just exists beautifully on its own terms. It's a town that knows what it is, relaxed, honest, and full of heart. So whether you're thinking of moving here, starting fresh, or just exploring beyond the big cities, Goulburn has a lot going for it. Affordable housing, strong community, clean air, good schools, and that rare mix of history and modern comfort. As you drive out of town, past the open paddocks and the silhouette of the big Merino in the distance, it's easy to see why people fall for Goulburn. It's a place where time slows down just enough for you to notice life again. A place that feels grounded in both spirit and soil. That's Goulburn, Australia's first inland city. a historic town with a modern heart. And maybe your next home. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more of such useful info. Please continue enjoying this drive around the historic town Goulburn for a few more minutes.